What is up, friends? My name is Laura. If you've never visited my YouTube channel before, welcome. I don't know about you, but I love to travel. Of course, though, it's important to stay very safe and secure while you are traveling, and that is why in today's video I'm giving you 5 places where you should try to hide your money when you are traveling. When I've traveled abroad, and spoiler, I've traveled to 46 different countries around the world. Definitely don't go there flooded with cash. I also don't plan on using all of my cash to be paying for everything, but it's always good to definitely have a backup. And it's gonna be way cheaper to be converting that money from either US, Canadian, or whatever currency that you are using over to the other kind of currency while you're probably like stateside, opposed to actually switching it in the airport. Those fees are insane, and it's just a lot more difficult. A lot of times your bank will actually do higher transactions, higher fees when you are actually using ATMs. So I always go with a couple of $100 of their specific currency, and sometimes I also will bring maybe $200 of US dollars, so it's really easy for me to convert if I ever need to quickly. So I'm going to bring you through my 5 favorites, and at the end I actually am going to give you one of the ones that I did see very regularly online on where to store your money. And honestly, don't do that. I'm gonna share that with you. This is gonna be in no particular order. You're actually gonna grab your shoe, you're gonna take the insole out, and that's where you're gonna put your money. So if you kind of are going out and you maybe want to be wearing flip-flops or nice shoes or anything like that, and you have a runner, use the runner, put it there and leave it back in your hotel, Airbnb, or anything like that, and you'll feel a lot more secure. It's kind of just this hidden spot that I've seen not really used in very many articles, but I will say I have seen it a few times, and that's where I got the idea a few years ago. The second one is going to be very obvious, and that is going to be any kind of money pouch. Make sure you put it like around there and not just sticking out. Like a lot of people, it's kind of like a trend to have like a little cute little fanny pack, but people that are trying to grab your passport, trying to grab your money or anything like that, they know where to snip, they probably know the brand that you are using, so actually keep it hidden underneath your clothes. I will say I very rarely use a money pouch, but I do normally use it if I'm more in a third world country going through the airport. So that's when it's just like, okay, I know exactly where my money is, I know where my credit cards are, I know where my passport is at all times, and that is going to be on me underneath my shirt, and I just can look for it there quickly. The third one is going to be kind of a general one, but I've kind of seen these floating around on Amazon, and it is something like a hairbrush, and you're actually going to be able to unscrew the bottom of it and put some money in there. And I think this is a really good one if you're carrying quite a bit more money. Like for example, if I were to go back to Vietnam right now, I found Vietnam, or really a lot of places in Southeast Asia, really didn't take credit cards, so it was a very much of a cash place that you're needing to have more cash on you. And my bank isn't wonderful, I'd say, for taking cash out of ATMs. But in general, even things like tipping, you're gonna probably want to be using cash. So having something like a hairbrush that you're grabbing for $9 from Amazon and able to untwist the bottom, flip it in there, and twist it back up. The next thing is going to be something that I did when I first started traveling. I just got so freaked out at the thought of having my passport or cash anywhere. I didn't have much cash on me, but I'd say I probably always had around 50 to 100 US dollars. And I always put it inside of my bra. And I'll just be honest with that. That is just something that I did. I just found like it's not something that someone could snip. It's something obviously that's close by. Probably if I'm going for a run, I'm not going to keep it there, but it is just somewhere that I did leave it, and I found it to be very safe, prevented any issues in the future. When I was actually in Italy, I did have my purse snipped, but I felt it and I kind of like clamped down and they weren't able to get it, and my passport or anything wasn't in there, but I just feel like you're not going to have that issue. I'm not saying that like if you're wearing, not even going to get into it, but if you're wearing a lot of different bras, that might not be a good option. But if you're just wearing like a sports bra and you're just going out for the day, I don't think that it's very bad just to have like $100 cash and maybe even your passport to be sitting in there. I think that's a good one because a lot of people, even when they're like, oh, my zipper zips, or anything like that. It's just one of those ones, like not only might you lose it, but someone that's pickpocketing, they know exactly how to get in there still, and they're probably not going to, hopefully, if it is within your bra. The next one is going to be having any kind of completely hidden little pockets. A lot of people actually can put these in their belts, which I think is actually really cool, especially if it could be in like the inside and then it's barely locked up because you have it nice and secure. A lot of people can put it in there, like maybe a little scrunchie and an elastic bag, and they're probably not actually going to use that scrunchie, but it's just going to be with them. I've seen ones that they say like a little hidden area within the scarf. I will say this is a good idea because it's not something that maybe people wouldn't automatically, assume that there's cash in there, but I will say, like, you just never know if you're just being stupid and leave your scarf or something like that somewhere. So keep those kind of things in mind, that you still might leave that thing somewhere. That's why I kind of like the idea of a belt, but I'm not really much of a belt wearer. So kind of thinking of something that you actually utilize all the time. Like I kind of even have hidden pockets within my pants, but I don't think that those would be super useful. I honestly would prefer to just still put in my bra. So if you are heading out abroad and somewhere to actually leave your money, I actually would just jump on something like Amazon and Google some of those. I would make sure it's something that you would be utilizing all the time, like a hairbrush, like something like a belt, thinking about it in a very practical way towards you. And if you are traveling with others, maybe the most mature person on your trip is going to be the one that is in charge of the money. Or actually, I also would recommend spreading it out. If you are like, there's 5 of you or whatever, everyone's maybe in charge of their own money, or 2 people can kind of stick together, but also everyone has their own. So if one person is pickpocketed or one person something bad happens to, there is still some cash for everyone else. I did promise you to actually look back at something that I wouldn't recommend. Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe, looking at articles, and this is gonna rile me up, how many people said to actually just put it in like the back of your phone and hid in the back of your phone. But I'm like, your phone is valuable. So like if someone's gonna steal something, it's actually probably gonna be your phone, because they can just quickly resell that. And I know you're probably gonna have your phone on you and you're gonna be wanting to take pictures. That is such a terrible place. And it can be secure within your phone, but they're gonna take the whole phone. So there are so many different cases where it opens up at the back and it is very secure once you close it, and your cash can be there. But I just think at the end of the day, that is a very terrible thing. Like the amount of times I've heard tourists, they're taking pictures and there's 2 people and one will go pop, and their phone will fly, and then the other person will grab it, and there goes your phone, and now here goes your cash. So that's why I definitely would keep those completely separate. I want to ask you to put in the comments which one you want. But if you did like this video, please just give it a quick thumbs up. I do appreciate it. It supports me, it supports my channel, and it's completely free to you. I really do appreciate it. If you've been following me, I'm still Ironman training. I am 5.5 months out, and it is going pretty well. So I'm really happy about that. But I will see you all in the future. Please make sure you subscribe. You will see tons more tips like this. Thanks. Keep living life. Bye.